Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Gentleman here, and I have another story time for you guys today. It's kind of a little bit of a scary one, even though Halloween is over. Happy November, by the way. Sorry I've been gone for a couple days, one of which was Halloween. I've been very busy. I've been doing stuff, and believe it or not, nothing that interesting actually happened to me on the day of Halloween, so I don't really have a story from that. I didn't really do anything. I went to parties over the weekend that maybe will be a story one day, but nothing that interesting actually happened day of Halloween. But this is too long of an intro, so I'm going to hop into the actual story. This story time is about the time that I believe I had an encounter with a murderer. So to set the stage, this story time takes place, a good couple of years in the past. Like I was pretty young at the time. And at this time, creepypastas and stuff were like all the rage, It was when all those were getting big, like Slender Man and The Rake and all that. And the reason I thought about this story is because November's hit. It's kind of like gray sky, a little bit of snow, a little bit of like dying grass all over the place. Personally, I really like this weather. I like gray skies. It's kind of my favorite type of weather, but that's what made me think of it, because that sounded like kind of like sets the mood of like, that creepypasta 1999, like the one with Mr. Bear and all that. That's one of my favorite ones, actually. But it made me think of that. And I actually have a pretty similar like story or like story on theme with that story, but that I want to tell one day. But anyways, it made me think of this story and how big creepypastas were at the time, specifically Jeff the Killer. And that's one of the biggest ones. I'm sure you've seen the image going around. I'll probably use it as the thumbnail. It's been around on the internet for a while. It's pretty well known. But it's one of those things that, like, you get into as a kid. You're like, oh, it's super scary. And then you see it as an older person. You're like, maybe it's not all that scary. But anyways, creepypastas, all the rage at the moment. That's all me and my friends were talking about, telling scary stories, playing scary games. It's when the whole horror game craze on YouTube was a thing. So me and my friends would be watching like PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, all those people, just watching them play scary games. And around this time, I was friends with this girl. We'll call her Kylie. And Kylie and I we were friends. We were just friends. Like, we were too young to be anything more than friends. Supposedly, she, like, had a crush on me or something, but that's not important. We were just friends, and I liked hanging out with her because she was fun to hang around. So she and I were going to go to her house after school. And I was excited because I knew that she had a trampoline, and I didn't. And I wanted to jump on the trampoline. And I also know she had video games that I didn't, like Rayman Legends, which is a game that I love. And yeah, I was really excited. So, school came to an end. We walked to her house, and, her parents greeted us. I think it was a Friday, so it was like a short day. And hold on one second, my cat's about to climb into the roof again. Sorry, I'm back. Anyways, we showed up to her house. It was about lunchtime. So her parents made us some grilled cheese sandwiches, gave us the little like snack size bag of Doritos. I think gave us like a root beer can each as well. I was pretty stoked. Like, usually when I came home from school, I didn't get Doritos and root beer as my lunch. So I was pretty excited. Like, I was stoked, right? And then after that, we played video games for a bit. We played through, I think, like the solid first world of Rayman Legends, like all the way up to the Castle Rock level. And it was fun. Then eventually I decided I wanted to go jump on the trampoline. So off we went. We turned off the game, went upstairs, went outside onto the trampoline, and started jumping. There was a little bit of snow outside, but not that much. So, we were just kind of chilling, jumping around, bouncing each other, stuff like that. And we were kind of going at it for a while until eventually her dad came out, and he seemed really panicked. He's like, guys, come inside right now, please, right now. And we were like, what, why? And he's like, just please come inside right now. And we're like, okay, cool. And so we get off the trampoline, we put our shoes back on, and we go inside. And, it is what it is. We're inside. We're like, what's going on? We're both confused. We're like, why are we in here? And then eventually he's like, I need you guys to stay inside, please. And then he and Kylie's mom go outside, but they go out the front door. We're like, what's going on? And so we kind of look out the window, and we see that they're talking to the police. And we're really confused. And after a while, we see more police officers coming from around the house from the backyard. And they have someone in handcuffs. And we're both really confused at this point. And we only see this guy from the back side. Like, we don't see his face or anything. We see him from the backside, and he just so happened to be wearing like a grayish white hoodie, and he had black hair that was kind of long. So us being young kids were like, that's Jeff the Killer, 100%. That's him right there. They just arrested him. He was in your backyard. We just about got killed by Jeff the Killer. It obviously wasn't. Jeff the Killer's not real. We all know that. It's a ghost story from the internet, but we totally thought it was him. And we went to school the next day telling everyone, like, yeah, we almost got killed by Jeff the Killer. It was the whole thing. And yeah, I never really got any context onto what was going on with that. Yeah, I never really understood what happened. I was never given an explanation. Me and Kylie kind of stopped being friends. Like, we didn't like fight or anything. We just kind of like drifted apart, stopped being friends. So I never really learned what happened. But yeah, that was an interesting story time about the time that I met a guy. I don't even know why he was arrested. He was probably just like doing drugs or something. But, good times. Definitely a good time for young me. But that's the story for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. I'll leave a link to all my socials in the description. And stay awesome, you guys. Catch you in the next one. Later.